Hello everybody, I'm back again with you. Today I'm going to show you some of the things that I would like to just preserve, cultural things that we used to use a long time ago, and now it's fading away. No one is still using these things, but as you can see, my sister preserved this, which is a mortar, and then a mortar stick that is right here, that is used right inside here to pound things. I want to show you the grain. It's a master grain that we are going to be using. This grain is the smallest grain. People who read the Bible, they know about the master grain. This is the master grain. And master grain is usually not pounded because it's so small that if you pound it, you bring it to flour already. So this master grain is taken straight to the grinding mill. Today I'm showing you the mortar and the grinding stone, where things were pounded here and they were taken to the grinding stone, and then they will be grounded by hand. So the other grain that unfortunately I don't have, or corn or maize that I don't have, will be put inside here, and then this stick will be taken and you put a little water inside here and people pound. This process would take sometimes something like maybe an hour. People will be pounding to make sure that all the roughage of the grain is out, because some of it is like, it has a certain taste like bitter, so they are leaving the inside, just like the way, I would say, the way we do like wheat or something like that. They take out the outside of the wheat and then we remain with the inside. That's the way they would do with this grain that is called the hunga or sorghum. People, they know about sorghum. They would do the same thing. And then they'll pound this thing, they'll pound. And then after they pound, they'll take the grain and they're going to sieve it in a big tray, sort of made out of reed. It's like a round tray made out of reed that is used specific to sieve and remove all the outside things that are there. And then the grain will be taken, the same grain, be taken to the grinding stone. And then you put a certain amount on the grinding stone. And this is a grinding stone, the small one that you hold. And then as you go like this, there is a certain way where the grain actually just fall under this stone naturally, and then they will go like this to make sure that it doesn't go all over. And then you keep doing this process, and this process you'll be grinding the whole, maybe you have a whole bucket full of these things and you'll be grinding. People usually would do these things in a team. People kind of form teams and let's do this today, and it was kind of like fun, like a club they will have almost. And then that night they will start maybe around 3 o'clock in the morning with the pounding, and then they come to the grinding of this, and then by the end of the morning, maybe to around 10, all of them, they will have floury substance that they will take and cook. This is the floury substance. It will be more smoother than this because they will really be seriously doing it. It's a lot of work. And then it will be like that, and then they'll put in their buckets and they can go and cook. I'm talking about this not because I'm saying people have to go and do this or people are still doing this. Actually, rarely this thing is used. But I'm talking about this because I talk about culture. I love culture. I want to preserve what used to be, because what used to be brought us to where we are. So I want to preserve that, and the only way we can do that is to talk about it so that the next generation are going to know what used to be, how people used to survive, how people used to do this and that. And this is when it comes to their food, and this is the way they used to do on this part. After, of course, they come from the field and so on, they used to come to this part and they used to do this. So I really just want everybody to think about culture and think about certain cultural things that are so, some of it is getting lost. Nobody's really thinking about it much or paying attention to it or even wanting to talk about it. But it's so important because it's history. History, actually, you can't lose history. As you create new history, you have to keep the history that was there at least to be known. That's why we have history lessons. So this to me is like history is something that I love to see and to remember and to know that our ancestors, our great ancestors used to do things this way, and we have it a little bit more lighter. People are going to the grinding mill. They don't have to do all this. They don't have to do this. It's a wonderful thing. And I thank you so much for being with me here today. And if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe to the channel so we can bring you more of these wonderful cultural things that that I have as a person who have lived in the United States for 30 years now, and looking back, and I'm here in Zimbabwe and now, it's very interesting to sometimes to see some of these things and so on. Thank you so much.